Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Bright Founders Talk at Temy. Temy is an international software development company that designs, builds, and delivers software for sustainable businesses and promising startups. Welcome to our podcast, where we bring you the most inspiring stories of entrepreneurs and experts in the software development industry. And each week, we interview successful leaders who share their unique journeys and valuable insights. I'm your host, Barry, and today we're lucky enough to have a remarkable guest joining us, Thibaut Oger, CEO at VKARD.io. Hello, Thibaut. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Barry. Thank you for
Did
inviting
I
me.
get the pronunciation right?
Yeah, pronunciation is perfect.
Yes. I practiced it like 3 times, but I always have a hesitancy that I might get it wrong. So first of all, we know you're a busy man, so thank you very much for taking time out of your day. We really appreciate that. Now, for those people who don't know who you are, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and the company that you work at?
I qualified myself as an entrepreneur in the way I've never been employed. So I just finished my studies. It was a programming school in France, it's called Epitech. And I wanted to be self-employed. I didn't want to have a boss. And an old friend told me one day, if you don't want to work for someone, then you have to create your own job. But it was like 2010, so a long time ago, 15 years. And at the end of my studies, I created a small company, which I still have today. And this company is building softwares for companies. So we hear what people need, what company need, and we create the solution for all those problems.
So entrepreneurialism, was that always in your blood? Was it you just knew that you didn't want to have a boss and that you knew you wanted to have a company of your own?
Well, my family told me and tells me that when I was a kid, I was like always building stuff. I always wanted to learn and to be capable of making things and by myself. So maybe it's a sign, right?
Could be. And everyone hates having a boss. I know I do. So I totally respect those people who want to go out and do their own company. And also, you've had quite a few companies, haven't you? Is it the case that do you get bored? Like once you've created your company, once you've got it up and running, once it's successful, is that the stage where you think, oh, I want to change and do something else now?
The real problem when you are working as your own business and working for other ones, because okay, you say you don't have any boss, but in real life your boss is the client, right? So you have to obey and okay, get paid, but it's the same. And the most painful for me was to see some entrepreneurs coming to me like, hey, Tib, I have an idea. I want to create this app, and we are going to launch it in that country and do this, do that. Can you build the stuff? Okay, right. Create. So what's the way? You make cost estimates. You build the software. You get paid monthly for maintenance and stuff. But what? After you have to find another client. Again, it was like since 2010. So it's not like today where you have to update all your systems all the time with API. Everything is changing. Um, so it was a pain for me to see all those ideas and not to have the time to release my ideas because I have one idea per day. 99.99% they have to be thrown away. So I need some partners and stuff to stop me, but or to challenge. But frustration was the main reason when I for what I wanted to create new companies.
So, looking at your career, you've done like a number of different kinds of things. Like, what is it about you that makes you want to start a project? Does the project have to be interesting per se? What is it that draws you to start a particular project?
Well, the when you listen to big entrepreneurs, mostly they say that you don't have particularly to be interested in what you are doing. It's better because you understand faster, but it's not mandatory. For me, I always have done that. Maybe because that was easier, because when you know something, it's more easy for you to sell it, to fix it, to more comfortable. And I like comfort. So all the business I've done are I was concerned by them. So I was the first client, and I always say to other people that I am the first client of my business because I'm a normal person. I'm completely normal. So if I love that, if I find that interesting, then as I am a normal person, it should be interesting for many other people.
So from your other projects and from your other I know you had a dating site, e-cigarette comparison platform, Apple repair service, your own digital agency. Which of those companies or what skills have you learned from those companies that you can apply to VKARD?
Take a seat, and have a breath. This is something I've learned. Sometimes, even if you have the skills, even if you have the time, even what you want, you face some random stuff that will stop you. You talked about the dating site. It was like something like 10 years ago. It was the beginning of the website chatroulette.com, for those who knows. And we made like the same stuff, but with a like. It was called carousel. And so you could add people to your friends list and invite them and stuff like that and chat and next. And we choose the tech. We choose Flash, but Flash, it was not. It we didn't see the shadow at the end of the tunnel, and we were too young. And the partners we had, some brilliant guys, they were not tech, so they didn't stop us. And we were too young to imagine that the tech is always changing every day. So we made this mistake, and you know the end of Adobe Flash and the end of the project.
And the rest, as they say, is history, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about a VKARD? So, for those who don't know exactly what it is, could you tell us exactly who it is for and what it does?
So VKARD is a SaaS, so a software as a service, which allows companies to get better connections, better contacts. So we started this business 4 years ago when I was at a meeting, and someone, very decent guy, he gave me a business card like a Japanese, like that. And I had my business card, but it was scratched and it was a nightmare. And at the end of the meeting, I said, okay, I need to find a solution. It's not possible anymore to be old-fashioned like that. I am the tech guy, so I need to have a premium image. And I went back and started on working on a concept, because NFC was like 5-7 years older, but NFC was locked because Android was able to read that, but not iOS, and it was the beginning of iOS. So we made a prototype, and I went to a client of the agency, and I told him, hey, what do you think about that? Give me your phone. And just tap the card. And when you tap a VCard on the phone, it's like that. I will show you. So you have your card, and you just approach the card like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And people, they arrive on. So I'm reversed. So people arrived on your profile. So this is a fake profile, and you can add videos and stuff. So you can. It's much more than a simple contact. And after they download all your contact info and drop down, and after they can exchange with you by clicking on exchange, and you can customize the form. or you can scan a paper business card.
Mm.
And all those data is going to be saved in the VKARD platform and synced with your CRM and stuff.
Is it your company's objective to make physical business cards obsolete? Like, do you want physical business cards to disappear entirely? Is that your goal?
Yeah, it's what I would like, but I understand completely that some clients, some people, they still need paper business card.
Mm.
Because if you are going to see my grandmother, she's 98. Good luck to tap a V. It's a nonsense.
Yeah.
So
Is the acceptance of V cards, is it a generational thing? Like, do you find that younger people, younger companies are more likely to use like digital business cards, whereas the older generation may be more suspicious or more reluctant to take up digital business cards?
I feel like it's mixed because you have some 60 years old people. They find the product amazing, outstanding, and stuff. You have some the same age people. They say okay, but a QR code can be hacked. They don't know how a QR code works, but so we have to explain them that QR is just a string, right? It's a text. And we have some young people. They say, well, sometimes I see on the videos because we post some stuff and we have ads on Meta platforms, and they said, well, you don't need QR. You just bring your phones like that. Yeah, but iOS, iPhones, it's 30% of the market. What do you do for the 70% left? I cannot afford leave 70% of my client left. So you have there is no strict categorization of opposants.
Do you think there are any misconceptions that people have about digital business cards?
First misconception is to imagine that we are only building digital business cards, because this is a physical product. So for us, compared to a pure SaaS software, we can show something, right? If you are a HubSpot or something, then good luck. You have to show screenshots, video animations and stuff. But we have this product and we can show in action. And we can make a real demo in real life. So the misconception is only to think that this is a card, but the card, the value is not in the object.
Mm.
We sell this object because it's customized. It's customized with the company logo, design. You have a QR code that can be added. But this card is linked to the SaaS platform.
Mm-hmm.
And what is really interesting for our clients is that you can update or in all the informations on the platform. So, for example, is Jenny May is going to be married tomorrow, and she changed name. The admin can just update the name and jump down.
That's very convenient, isn't it? I didn't think of the advantage of that. Yes, you could, like, if you change position, you change title, you change in any form of your identity. Yeah, it's great. So you don't have to worry about having to send back like 1,000 cards to be reprinted and sent out again. Yes, it's very interesting. I'm kind of curious, like, did your image, when you first started VKARD, now that you've arrived where you've arrived, did you follow the path that you had intended, or were there lots of different ideas that you had when you started that you've changed completely? Or did you have the right idea from the outset? You knew what you were going to do and you've done exactly as you thought?
The big picture is respected. But yeah, it's an entrepreneur life, right? You start the morning, you think you are going to do this and that, this way, and you're screwed because there is an update and this stuff is not working anymore and you have to change. So you change plans, and yeah, all the time you change plans. I think what is important is the time you need to analyze this change, if it's really impacting your stuff, and the time you need to find another solution. You have some people, they're going to be stuck and like that, like a rabbit in front of a car in the night. And some people, they are going to find a solution right away. Okay, this is not possible. B plan.
And where do you see the future going? So you've got to the stage that you are at now. Are you satisfied? Has most of the work been done? Or do you still see the whole process evolving? And maybe you don't know where you will be in 3 or 4 years. Or do you have some idea of how you'd like to evolve what you already have?
That's a good question. NFC has been and will be the same technology. QR code has been and will be the same technology. What will evolve is the service we are providing. So we released 6 months ago a feature which is email signatures. So there are some good actors on the market already, but as in a company, we are selling, we are giving them some VKARDs. Our frustration was to sell some product only to a group of people inside a company, like for example, sales or marketing guys that are going on shows. But what about all the 90% of the people in the company? There are 1,000, for example. And we worked on the email signatures, which are linked to your digital profile. So as we are able to synchronize with Entra ID and stuff like that, we can bring the data in the VKARD platform. We can make all the physical product with the digital profiles, and we generate some email signatures that people can install with a button or manually if they want. And this is a new communication tool because all those people, they can add custom banners for communication in their emails. And what is very good is that when you put a new banner in your signature, it will update all the emails you previously sent. So it will update the picture. And this is cool because email is a great platform to advertise. We all pay Meta and Instagram, but not a lot of people are using emails to communicate.
I'm kind of curious about your customer feedback. Are there certain things that your customers really like the feature of that you hadn't anticipated being successful?
Clients have good ideas, sometimes not good ideas, but we have to discuss, we have to challenge. And the most difficult part is, even internally, is to organize that, because it's not because a client say, I would like the profile to be pink. Okay. Is that a good idea to make the profile pink? No. So the good idea is maybe to create a feature that allows customer to be to customize themselves the profile. But what if you let all those people customize whatever they want? You will have some profiles with a cyan, a green, like apple green, very flashy. And is that good for your image? I don't know. You cannot. You still in 2026. You still cannot change the appearance of your iPhone.
Yeah. It takes me back to 10 years ago when I was working at a bank, and I loved to do presentations in Comic Sans. And I loved Comic Sans. I'm probably one of the few people on this planet who loves Comic Sans, but everyone else hated it. So I think you are right to some extent. What I think is a good idea may be universally hated by everyone else. Yeah. So I completely understand the logic behind that.
And you have to focus also.
Yes.
You have your roadmap.
Exactly. Are you a creative man? Do you find yourself limited or stifled in terms of creativity for the platform? Do you have to have other people to say, actually, Thibaut, that's not a good idea. This is a terrible idea. Or do you let your mind go wild and try to do whatever you want when it comes to your businesses?
I would split creativity in two parts because if you ask me to draw something, it's terrible because I'm not a good artist. I'm not a good creative man in this way. I would love to have a blank paint and right away draw something which is amazing. But I think I am a good a copier. If I have inspirations, I think I am able to find the best part of this stuff, is best part of this stuff, and bring them together. And you perfectly see the where that come from. I think this is my profile.
Is there anything that you really wanted to do, but for a particular reason, maybe law, maybe GDPR, that you can't do? You're kind of blocked from doing.
No, this is GDPR and stuff, which is extremely important, but it brings a lot of administrative stuff for companies. Like you have so many laws and especially in France also it's extremely complicated, and you are in front of requirements that sometimes are completely silly. The last one is like the password strength. So if you listen to the NC, we have that in France. They say you have to get one capital letter, one middle letter, and one number. So it means that QWERTY with a big Y and one is a good password. And that's completely false. Because if you just write lamp, carpet, window, mirror, and three other words, it's unbreakable. So
Yeah.
you see, you have so many stuff to deal with. Sometimes it's really complicated. So my dream, if you could give me something today, it would be only time.
So your company's already been very successful, and you've got over 20,000 customers across France and Europe. What does success look like to you?
Success is you feel comfortable when someone tells you like, oh, I was in a meeting yesterday, or I was on a show yesterday, and this guy tapped a VKARD from your company on my phone. This is cool. Yeah, the success is just to get feedback from our clients, but really a good feedback. I had a client because I'm building a podcast for our clients, and a guy told me he told me that he told me you changed my professional life. Those words. What? Yeah. When I started, I had like 20 reviews on my business. I'm doing massage, and today I have 500. And I work
Wow.
in Cannes. I'm going on just some yachts. I see some show business people and stuff like that because I have much more reviews, and also because his job is for sure well done. But he told me that, and this is extremely pleasant.
That's incredible, isn't it? I think if that's the case, if that's a testimonial, I think I need to get some of your business class. Unfortunately, well, we are coming towards the end, but there's just one more question that I'd love to ask you, if I may, just before we finish. So you've had a lot of companies, you've had a lot of experience developing new companies. If there's someone watching this right now looking to become like their own entrepreneur or looking to become self-employed, what's the best piece of advice that you could give someone having had your experience?
Take a seat and have a breath. And the reason why is it's much more true today with all those AI tools that you see. I don't know you, but for me, I'm doing marketing, tech marketing. This is what I do every day in the real life. and you see every day some tools like if you use that you will have this and you have to plug cloud code with this stuff and stuff. This was Monday, and Tuesday there is another one, and Thursday and Wednesday another one, and you don't have time to test all those stuff. So sometimes you just have to close your eyes and just test what you wanted to test, read what you wanted to read, or do what you wanted to do. But you have to sit, have a breath, and focus. And 2026, it's for me, it's a nightmare to focus on things.
Great advice. That's a pearl of wisdom, Thibaut. Thank you so much. And look, I want to thank you so much again for taking the time to talk with us today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for having me on this podcast.
That was Thibaut Oger, CEO at VKARD.